click, 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 click. Hey everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is April 12th, 2022, and this is the live stream. Welcome, one and all. We're going to get started in just a moment. All right, let's see. All right, hope you guys are having a great day, a great evening, or wherever you are. All right, let's see. I feel like some classical today. Hey Google, play some classical music. All right.
Sure. Check out this classical music.
So we're looking at Bitcoin, and before I get started, let's see who's here. Please shout yourself out.
Okay, here's a YouTube music playlist called Shut the Lift Yourself Up. Ziz is watching over us raw.
Whoa. Hey Google, play some classical music.
Okay, check out this classical music station on YouTube Music.
All right. Let's see who's here. If you're here, please shout yourself out. Like the stream. All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh, hey Oz. Hey Rufio. All right, perfect. All right, let's go on the larger time frames and talk about Bitcoin. All right, and when we talk about Bitcoin, obviously we're going to talk about the cryptocurrency markets at large because we're looking at the market dominant asset, okay? Unlike in traditional stocks, in crypto, everything goes as Bitcoin goes, okay? And so if Bitcoin is likely to make a big move up, then the rest of the market is very much likely to do the same, okay? So here's why I think this is not a bear flag, okay? I was saying bull flag this morning. I don't know. Maybe it was too early for me. Let me erase this. All right, a lot of people, and analysts I respect, Gareth Soloway, for instance. I think he's a brilliant analyst, chartist, and trader. He's saying it's a bull flag. Some other people on crypto Twitter are saying it's a bull flag, okay? I don't see it, not one bit, okay? And why? I touched on this morning. Typically, when you get a bull flag, you're getting, or a bear flag rather, you're getting a zigzag, okay? Something like this. And people see this and say, well, that's obviously what's coming next, okay? And this is the beauty of Elliott wave theory. It gives us context, and the context of that Elliott wave theory affords allows us to see how this can't be a bear flag. It just can't, okay? And just do it. There's so many reasons, and we're going to go through every single one of them in this live stream, all right? First and foremost, just do that. Does it look normal? Does it look like something that you've seen before? Okay, that's just basic eye test. That doesn't look like a normal progression. Rather, does this look normal? Doesn't that look more normal, right, to your eye? For people who look at charts all day and like go blind poring over charts, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, that's the first thing. I just do a basic eye test, okay? Secondly, the main issue of this being a bear flag is this. This is 3 waves. 3 waves makes up a corrective sequence. Every correction happens in 3. That's why you have ABC, okay, or WXY, or WXYXZ, right? We call that a triple 3, right? A double 3 or a triple 3. They're always in 3s. If you clearly have 3 waves here, that's the end of your correction, which makes this consolidation reversal for a move in the opposite direction, okay? That's my second reason, all right? The next and last reason on the charts, okay, just looking at the Bitcoin chart, is that if you wanted to break this down very simply, you could see that this is clearly an A wave, an initial break of structure, okay? What comes after an A wave, you have 3 waves in B, okay? This was your first wave. This was clearly your second wave, okay? This is not an impulsive wave. This is not the end of the correction, right? This is not the next impulse. No. This is just the middle of the correction. This is wave, this is small a, this is small b, okay? And this is the final wave of your B wave, okay? Which will be impulsive. So all of this is your B wave. You're going to pivot and you get 5 waves down. That's your correction complete, okay? This is another reason, and the last most important reason, I think, why this cannot be a bear flag. It just can't. This must be a reversal, okay? Just looking at price action. Next, what we can do is we can prove this to ourselves by looking at indicators, right? Let's look at indicators. If this were a bear flag, first and foremost, you would see volume corroborating the downtrend. Because what is the impulse, or sorry, the consolidation in a bear flag would be, there would be high volume into the move, lower volume at the midpoint, and then high volume breaking out, right? Makes sense, right? You would see, just look at bear flags. If you look at charts, prove it to yourself. Don't take anybody's word for it. Prove it to yourself. Go on any time frame, look at a bear flag, a zigzag bear flag, and you will see that there's volume going into the move because it's impulsive. This is corrective, consolidative, and then there's volume leaving. This is why you would see a volume spike. And here, you see no volume, okay? The reason you see no volume is that we've not even hit the impulsive portion of this B wave correction. This B wave correction, these 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, have yet to play out. They're not complete. You will see volume come in at the impulsive part of B, okay? You'll get a volume spike when Bitcoin starts to run 100, 140%, 150% to 100K, because that is an impulse. So you will get volume corroborating that move. Thus far, you've gotten no volume because the B wave is counter, okay? A wave goes down, initial break of structure. Guess what? You got volume because this correction is counter to the impulse, okay? So the volume will show up when you're going down somewhat, okay? It'll show up during the impulsive parts. That's when it'll really show up, okay? So it showed up during the impulsive portion of this A wave, okay? 1, 2, 3, the impulsive part. B wave hasn't had an impulsive part yet, so no volume. Does that make sense? So here's where you use your volume indicator to show and prove to yourself that this is not a bear flag. Next, look at your stochastic RSI. Look at your stochastic RSI. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Okay? So what does the stochastic RSI show us? it shows us that ever since we left the impulse, okay, we fell out of the impulse at this point, we went down, okay, in the stochastic RSI. Makes sense. We bottomed out. We bottomed out at the beginning of the B wave, okay? B wave happens, we go up, and we make these 3 waves. That's wave 1 of 3, okay? Wave 2 of 3 of the B wave is counter to this wave 1 of 3. So if this is up, wave 2 of 3 is down. That's exactly what you got, okay? Wave 3 of 3 is up, but it's up in such a way that this whole consolidation is preparing for a move up. And so in the stochastic RSI, you have bullish divergence. You have strong bullish divergence on the weekly time frame in this consolidation. If this was a consolidation to the move on the way down, why then would you have such strong bullish divergence in your stochastic RSI? Prove it to yourselves. Take nobody's word for it. Don't take Gareth Soloway's word for it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody on crypto Twitter's word for it. Use your skills in charting and in chart analysis. Prove it to yourself. No matter the indicator, you should have a solid reasoning, a thesis for why this is not a bear flag, why this is consolidation for a move to the upside. Stochastic RSI shows it to you. Now let's go through and see what does the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, show us, okay? Once again, you're coming up and you were bullish for your impulse, obviously. You break your impulse. Initial break of structure, your A wave, comes down. Great. You're bearish. You're bearish. You're bearish. You start crossing bullish here. Interesting. You start crossing bullish, but you go bearish again. So you're basically bearish for everything in the B wave up until this point where you're starting to come out. Remember, MACD is a lagging indicator. It's an indicator of indicators. So it's still lagging. It's not as sort of current as the stochastic RSI, but you can see we're coming out of a bull or a bear trend. If this were a bear flag, if this were an impulse down, don't you think we would do something like this and be looking to go down? Why then would it be that we've spent 119 days cross bearish on the MACD on the weekly time frame, only to go back bearish? Nothing goes down in a straight line, nothing goes up in a straight line. Use your common sense, use your logic. This is not a bear flag, okay? That's my case for this not being a bear flag on this chart, okay? I'm just looking at the Bitcoin chart, and I can prove it even further looking at other assets. You don't have to know the future. The beauty about crypto and what makes crypto easier to trade than the traditional markets is that everything's correlated so closely with Bitcoin, right? This is why I can make a channel, and the premise being that I'm only tracking one asset, and I'm pretty much can give signals for 95% of the market just tracking one asset, okay? But that being said, when other assets are doing something, it's through the indication, it's through the lead of Bitcoin. So if there's an asset out there that's front running Bitcoin and doing something else, it's your opportunity to almost peer into the future. It's like you are seeing what's going to come without having the crystal ball. This is the next thing we're going to do. I'm going to show you assets that are doing, that have done rather, what I'm telling you Bitcoin is likely to do given my chart analysis, okay? The first of which is, who can guess? Let's go down. Who can guess? Which is the first that has done this? We haven't hit it yet. Who can guess? Luna. That's number 1. Okay? Luna is the first. Look what it did. Look what it did. Okay? Much like Bitcoin. Let me make these smaller. Much like Bitcoin, Luna had an initial break of structure after a 5-wave impulse. Okay? A wave. Okay? It consolidated a bit, and it went up for its B wave. Not everything prints a B wave in the same way. B wave come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll all know this. Okay? Sometimes B waves just come like this. Sometimes they go like this. Okay? Sometimes you get composed B waves. Sometimes you get complex B waves. Luna printed a rather simple B wave, right? A wave, 1, 2, 3. B wave, pivot, nuke. Okay? That is the B wave that we're looking for. Luna did it, okay? And actually on very little volume, okay? Very little volume. It's almost as if we may see Luna put in a move like this. This may not have even been the impulse, because I'm not seeing the volume that would indicate that an impulse is printed. This may be small a. Sorry, let me do that again. This may be small a, wave 1 of 3. Luna may be putting in wave 2 of 3, only to follow it up with wave 3 of 3. Does everybody see that? This is what Bitcoin did. It's actually, I thought it was ahead of Bitcoin. It's actually a step behind Bitcoin, okay? That's one example. Next example. Let's look at Near protocol. Same deal. Same deal. I actually didn't look at these too closely before the live stream, so I was saying it's ahead. These are actually behind Bitcoin. Initial break of structure. A wave. Okay, so basically we had an impulse. Initial break of structure. That's your A wave. This is small a. This is wave, the first wave of the B wave. Expect wave 2 and then an impulse. I don't see volume indicating an impulse. So you know what's cool about this is once you're finished longing everything else in the crypto market that's about to pump, you can wait for Luna, for Near to complete their dumps, and then you can ride their pumps. You know, that's an idea, you know, cycling through, right? More gains. All right? So Near protocol, same idea. SHIB. This one's actually slightly ahead. Let me tell you why. So this one, just today, and I'm going to go on the daily to illustrate this point. Just today, broke out to the upside of its consolidation, okay? Just like Bitcoin, SHIB has put in one of these channels that is a consolidative reversal channel, okay? And you have your initial break of structure here, and it looks a little different, but it's the same. Follow me. So my initial break of structure in SHIB is this, okay, ending here. What happens after this is A of B, right here. I'm going to change the color, don't worry. So this is A of B. Okay, let's make that like green or something. B of B, right here. Now you'll notice it's different than Bitcoin. You're pretty much losing a bottom. meaning it's slouched, right? It's slouched, and different assets behave differently. Okay, not everything maintains the same market structure, but this is still a valid B wave. This small a and small b are still valid because they're within the 1618 Fibonacci retracement of the A wave. If you take the A wave from the bottom to the top, you see that the 1618 is all the way down here. Anything between the end of the A wave and the 1618 is okay, and it's fair game for a B wave, okay? So the B wave just sort of drooped down. But you have small a of B, small b of B. What happened with SHIB? We're peering into the future. Just like Bitcoin, it had an initial breakup structure. It had an A wave. It had a B wave. Now it has a C section. An A, B, C. Do you see that? Did it break down? No. It broke up and out. So SHIB was up 30% this morning because it just executed the move out. Well, not yet out of the channel, but it began the move to leave this consolidation, this accumulation range, okay? If it broke down, then those calling for this to be a dump would be correct. But in what market can you perceive SHIB or any other asset breaking up so violently, meanwhile Bitcoin's dumping by 50%? It doesn't make any sense. This is clearly accumulation, and we're seeing it throughout the cryptocurrency market. The crypto market rhymes in such a way that you're able to get the gist of larger trends, right? This broke up today. We got a little bit of volume. There's more of that where this comes from. Much more of that where this comes from. We're on the daily. We're all the way bottomed on the RSI. We see the MACD. The MACD is almost in an ideal spot where you have all this consolidation and you're just crossing bullish. You're basically reducing your volatility to explode, okay? You see this throughout the markets. Don't take anybody's word for it. Don't take my word for it. That's not the point, I think, of my sharing my analysis. It's not for anybody to copy me or to parrot my takes or my reads. But use what I'm saying and prove it to yourself. Look and do your own analysis. Derive your own conclusions. Maybe I'm wrong, but prove that. This is how you use other people's analyses, right? If I'm showing you what I'm seeing, maybe you should be able to see the same thing. And if you don't, you should know why. And then, you react accordingly. So that's pretty much it. I hope that was helpful and useful. ZIL. Let's look at one more. One more proving that we are indeed in a consolidative reversal channel, not in a bear flag, okay? ZIL, assuming it had a full chart, would have had an impulse. This initial breakup structure mirrors, actually the initial breakup structure in ZIL is here. This mirrors what you would have gotten, basically this mirrors what Bitcoin was doing, because everything follows Bitcoin. So even if ZIL just came out onto the market, Bitcoin was dumping, then it started dumping. It's like, oh, you're dumping? I guess I'll dump too. This is what you're seeing, okay? This is how crypto markets work. You get your initial breakup structure. Now you're starting to print your B wave, okay? You have 1, 2, 3 waves in your small a. That's your first leg of your B wave, okay? Then you have your small b. That's your second leg of your B wave. Now you have this consolidation, reversal channel that's actually sloping down. Just like you see in a lot of other small cap altcoins. You see this right here. forming a descending wedge. And within that descending wedge, you see a reversal pattern. The reversal patterns I speak of ad nauseum on this channel, right? Basically, you have your A wave, your B wave, and then your C section, which is a small A wave, a small B wave, and then a breakout, okay? And that breakout took you all the way to structure high. And structure high was the top of your A wave. And so you got that. You got that in ZIL. So, I mean, how else can you show this? What more do you guys need to see, or do people need to see to understand that these structures, these consolidative channels, these ranges were not bear flags? And what's beautiful about ZIL is you're looking into the future. Look at that volume. You see the volume on the impulse. This is what you can expect out of the rest of the cryptocurrency market, right? You're looking for a B wave. This is essentially all this is, all right? Simplify it. You have an A wave, a B wave, you get a pivot, and then you can complete your correction. And then once you complete your correction, 5 waves down, then you continue your bull market. This is what you get in Bitcoin. This is what you get in Ethereum. This is what you get all across the cryptocurrency markets. There's one analysis, and it's almost like one framework for all these different assets. So that's basically it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Hey, Captain X. Awesome. Oh, Rufio, VRA. I gotta check VRA. All right. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's go. Volume spike. Okay. It was at 2.1 cents before. You're saying it's starting. So yeah, these are the main ones I'm trading this bull run. Ravane, Cadena, and VRA. So I guess let's get into that. Yeah, alt season. So real for you, I'm gonna check Gala. Let's check Gala. Gala. I don't really know how to say it. Looks good. Right? Just like everything else. You know, one pattern to rule them all in crypto. So you have your A wave, which is your initial break of structure. This is your first wave of your B wave. So small A. You have small B. And you should get your impulse. So yeah, Gala, just like everything else. All right, you pretty much all the way down on the stochastic RSI on the daily, and you have strong bullish divergence on the daily, right? You can see that. And as well, you have very little volatility on the MACD. So I mean, this is going to pump. And where does Gala pump to? What's the phi ratio for Gala, or Gala, however you say it? Very simply, you take the length of the A wave, Fibonacci retracement of the A wave to the 1618. So I'm seeing $2.42 as the max. Okay, so I would redline it there. And that would give me a maximum, absolute maximum for this impulsive B wave, or the impulse of the B wave, an absolute maximum of a 11x. Okay, so that's what I would think. So yeah, Gala looks good. So Oz, what would you say our entry would be for BTC long? Okay, that's a good question. So let's go on the smaller time frames and look at what an entry would be. And I want to address that too. So Oz, There, in a trader's career, and I don't know how long you've been trading, it's always, I think, a good idea to identify periods where you can be very profitable and still find time to relax. Okay, leverage trading is very energy intensive, time intensive, attention intensive. Okay, if there's a way that you can take less energy and still produce the same results, then it may be a good way to balance your work life, to balance your, because traders are always working. We're constantly working round the clock. But it may be a good idea to take advantage of the fact that we are in alt season, we're in a positive growth season where you don't need to put in a leverage order to make the type of gains and type of returns that could really change your life. Okay? And so by that, I mean to say, I'm not touching a leverage trade in alt season. There's no reason when I'm spying a coin like Ravane that could 200x for me. And if I just buy anywhere near here, actually, and just go away and like ignore it for a couple months, then, you know, I just make more money than I've ever made leverage trading, right? So this is why I would say, and just my personal advice, I wouldn't waste my time leverage trading. One, because not now. There's a time for leverage trading. But now, take your money and don't give it back to the exchange. Don't get stopped out. There's no reason to get stopped out and give money to exchange. Absolutely no reason to get liquidated, right? Still, you may want to find a really good entry. So let's go in the small time frames. And to do that, I would think the easiest way, okay? Because you can go through and try and count the Elliott waves in this complex sort of ending diagonal. I think it's tricky, okay? I think the easiest way is to do pattern analysis. This is when you will break out. Put an alarm on this, and that's, you know, maybe one of those once per minute alarms, right? As it's crossing, or, you know, whatever. Just put an alarm. You know, you can mess with the settings. And once this crosses, then you go to your computer, you wait for your retest, and you buy the retest. And that's when you make your purchase. That's what I would do if I was leverage trading to minimize risk. I would wait, because every single last asset in the crypto market is pulling the same thing. Even here, for instance, VRA, I would buy. I mean, all this is a buy. This is a buy. Like, you're on support. There's no, like, just buy and go away. I mean, obviously we look at our charts all the time, but there's no work that needs to be done. A lot of times we fall into the trap of thinking the more work we do, the more we will return. Actually, in a trader's career, most of the money is made on 1 or 2 trades. That's it. $1 or $2 million trades. That's it. And then you're just living off of those 1 or 2 trades. This is the time when you can make that one life-changing trade, in my opinion, right? VRA, I would just buy anytime now, because you're literally on support. But if you want to get particular with it, do the same thing. Send a trend line. You break the trend line, you retest it, and then you're gone. But you're literally on support, okay? But that's how I would do it, Oz. I wouldn't even waste my time with leverage trading right now. Like, we leverage trade, mind you, we leverage trade because we need to. Because when the market's going sideways, how the heck else are you going to make money? You can screen the market for movers, but chances are, because Bitcoin's going sideways, the rest of the market is going to go sideways. The only way you're going to get a big run is, you know, new tokens that are pump and dumps usually. Not that people are pumping and dumping them nefariously, but that's how tokens enter the market, right? A lot of early investors sell their however much they can sell, and so after it pumps like 10,000%, or not 10,000%, 10,000%, or whatever 5,000%, it then dumps. Rare, ape, what else? Up only, many examples. They all do the same thing. That's how you can find runners when Bitcoin's going sideways, but those are highly risky if you're not in a pre-sale, okay? If you're not in the launch pad. So when Bitcoin's going sideways, we're forced to leverage trade these small moves. 1% here, 3% there. We can get, again, I mean, this is going to be, I'm going to make millions of dollars, hopefully, on this. This is going to be it right here, because I'm looking at the phi ratio, and I can't even fit it on the screen. There we go. That's my red line, $1.24. Okay, this is my initial breakup structure. This is my A wave. How did I get my phi ratio? I took my inverse Fibonacci retracement of my A wave. Oh, sorry, this is not my A wave. Sorry. I need 1 second. This is my A wave. This is why I'm saying the potentials in altcoin season, in a real altcoin season, and where we're going to experience historically low Bitcoin dominance, I mean, that's mind-blowing. You're going to see 100 and 200x's. You will see it. Question is, you don't want to invest in any and everything that's going 100 and 200x, and I'm going to tell you a little more about that in a second. But again, see, 1618 is at 125, okay? You're right now all the way down here. Take your ruler. I'm not saying that it's going to go all the way to 1618. It doesn't have to, though, to make you a ton of money. That's a 266x if it went all the way to the 1618. Let's say it fell short and went 63x. Does that still make you enough money where you don't have to work the rest of the year? Do you see what I mean? Like, we're like tax officials or tax professionals. We do our work in a small period of time, and if we do it well, the fact that you're here means you're going to make it, because people wait years before these kinds of opportunities in the cryptocurrency space. Most people, even when they do leverage trading, if they were honest, they'll tell you they made most of their money not leverage trading, but buying spot, waiting, and finding a great opportunity. The market went through one of its cycles, they made most of their money, and they live off of the rest, and they use a small percentage of it to do their leverage trading. And most people are not even that good at it. It's extremely difficult, extremely challenging, okay? You tend to lose more than you make, and if you make some, you don't make as much, and you're not consistent with it. You can go 2 months making money, 3 months losing money, 4 months making money, 5 months losing money, right? This is the life of a leverage trader. It is harsh. It's not glamorous. It's very, very difficult. This is where you make your money. I would put the leverage away. Don't give the exchanges a penny more than you have to. Only in trading fees, spot trading fees. Buy low, and now we are low. This is what I'm saying. Like, we buy now, we get our entries, and we just wait and watch the money pile up. I have an itch to trade, so I may trade the beginning of this run. A crucial resistance right here. So I'm anticipating crucial resistance at the top of this range right here, okay? And then maybe crucial resistance at the top of this range right here, okay? And that's pretty much it. 1 or 2 trades, if that, okay? I'm going to use my judgment, discernment, if those alarms go off. I may not even touch it, because there's no point. What's the point? Right? So this is what I'm looking at, and that's why I'm looking at it in that way. Like, I can Bitcoin can go to 38. I don't care right now. Kadena can go down a little more. It can do whatever it wants. Let me tell you something. If you try to be like pinpoint accurate, as we tend to have to do when we're leverage trading, you will miss this breakout, right? Because all that happens is it's going to break this line of resistance, retest it quickly, and then it's just going to go. Because it's been doing this consolidation for more than 100 days. And this breakout is the result, okay? In this case, Kadena has been doing it for 79 days, okay? But Bitcoin, Ravane, all these, they've been consolidating for a long time now. All right, Ravane's 81 days. Bitcoin's been in this channel for 81 days. Okay, so about 81 days. You're going to get 81 days worth of buying pressure relieved. Your first move, my first target for Bitcoin is going to be the top of this channel right here. Okay? It's going to be 48K. If you wanted to trade this, that's how I would trade it. I wouldn't trade anything before that. You're just trading big moves here, right? You're going to hit the top of this channel. It's probably going to be 48K thereabouts, right? 47, 48K. And then you're going to bounce off, maybe form your two wave, and then you're going to keep going. So this is a different time in the market. We're just not used to it, right? We're always used to these little moves here and there and quick take profit because, you know, it's going to go back down. Different sentiment, different move, different character of the market. This is going to be an up-only market. And, yeah, I think the people who are going to get most of the gains, because, you know, markets go up and prices appreciate, but most people don't take advantage of all that price appreciation. Most people lose. They're not getting in at the beginning of the move, and they definitely don't go at the get out at the end of the move, okay? But knowing what we know in technical analysis, using phi ratios, Fibonacci retracements, Elliott waves, we can get 80 to 90% of these moves. This should be all we need, my friends. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I'm looking at. I really, really wish that everyone that's on here now or has been on here following the channel, they make a killing. You make a killing, an absolute killing during this alt season, right? Change your life, change your family's lives, and, you know, just be free. Because I feel like that's why we got into crypto. Financial freedom, which is useful. It's helpful, right? It's not everything that there is in life, right? But it's a big part of enabling or allowing us to do what it is that we feel like doing when we want to do it. And that's the beauty of it. And this is an opportunity. It doesn't come around too often. Like we go through all the sideways markets and all the bullshit only to experience these impulses, right? Bitcoin giving us 140%, which will then enable the alts to run in a way that can change our lives, okay? And so the last thing I want to say is be careful with buying any... Oh, I don't, Rufio. Sorry. I don't have a Discord group. I just use the live stream to connect with you guys and the comment section. Right now, it's not in the plans, but who knows? Maybe after this this alt season, I may start a Discord group. I don't know. It just doesn't excite me at the moment because, you know, there's some upkeep and I'm not charging anything for any services, but, you know, who knows? Oh, yes. So what I want to say is be careful. I know a lot of people, they want to find the coin that runs the most, okay? And for them, they just look at market cap and they think the lower the market cap, the higher the gains, potentially, because they do the math, okay? If the market cap is super low, for this to 100x, it only has to reach X market cap, right? What you do not want to do is get into a project that has too little volume, okay? That can hurt you. If you're going to invest a few $1,000s, or a few $100s should be okay, but if you're getting into the $1,000 range, 4 figures or 5 figures even, or even 6 figures, you definitely want to make sure that the trading volume is sufficient so that you're not the sole whale of that project, or else it'll be very difficult for you to find any exit liquidity, okay? You might be the exit liquidity for other people that are involved in the project. So you want to find a happy medium with finding projects that may have some low market cap, may be fundamentally sound but not as popular, but at the same time still have decent trading volume, okay? So in the millions. You want something in the millions, right? So even Kadena doesn't have too much volume right now, but 2.4 million, right? Ravane, small coin, but 370 million, right? Veracity, it's up there in market cap. Well, it's like in the hundreds in market cap rank, but still it has almost 900 million, right? Gala Games, 17 million. If you're getting anything under a million, chances are the volume's so low, even if the chart does what you think it may do or what you want it to do, it's going to be so volatile that you're going to have trouble even keeping and holding a level long enough to take profit. So be very careful, please. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, not too much to say. It's just I'm so bullish right now, and I'm saying that even as Bitcoin may have one small wick down to 38.5 or something like that, but I really don't care. The freedom that's associated with spot trading is like none other, right? If you're on leverage, you're like, oh my god, you're looking at every dollar and every move, right? Because, you know, it's closer to your liquidation point, closest to your stop point, but you don't need to put any stops. Your risk management is your analysis. When you're doing proper analysis, you don't need any stops on trading spot. You don't need any stops, right? Your stop is your analysis, and if your analysis is wrong, you find a counter trend or counter move to get out. That's it. It's low stress. But what we're looking at, the runway we have ahead of us, means that there's no reason to leverage anything. Your leverage should be in screening for good projects, okay? And I think these are the best projects, in my opinion, in terms of their return on investment and a combination of the trading volume that they have and their solid fundamentals, Ravane, Kadena, and Veracity. I'm basically going to be trading all of them, or I'm mainly focused on Ravane, but I'm going to take some, if Ravane, for instance, is consolidating, meanwhile, Kadena is moving, I'm going to move with Kadena, take profits, and put it back into Ravane and accumulate more Ravane. Same with Veracity. I'm going to do that. For instance, I have a bet with myself that Kadena is going to be the first to move, okay? So my plan, my next trade is, I'm already in Kadena. I got in around here. And my next trade is basically to sell the top of this range, okay? I'm expecting a 40% pump to the top of this range. Again, all of the coins, all of the projects put in these ranges or ascending or descending triangles. But this is an ascending or descending resistance right here in Kadena. And so at the top of this range, I want to take profit because I see that it's likely that we reject off the top of this range, consolidate, and then move out of it. But at that point, I'm going to take profit. I'm going to roll profits into Ravane, which I believe will do the same thing. It's going to come up, hit the top resistance of this. Maybe it's not this. Maybe it's like this. Okay. Okay. Hit the top resistance here. And it's confluent with, right, this horizontal level. So I'm expecting around 6:30, something like that. I've got an alarm around 6:29, okay? Take my profits, wait for the consolidation, and get back in, right? Veracity, I'm going to track. But I think Veracity is going to move the most first. And the reason I think that is it's in a symmetrical triangle, retesting it, and it has no major resistance until the top of this symmetrical triangle, okay? The target of this move, this next move, is the top of the triangle, which is 70% up. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. If there are no more questions, then I'm going to cut the stream. But I wish you guys the best of luck again. And yeah, just kill it. Please kill it. I want everybody here to be rich. Stinking rich. All right, everyone. Please like the stream on the way out. And take care. Trade safe.